following presentation
For reasons I don't even want to say, I cannot air the footage from several days ago when Air Gold showed up to a non-televised event. I said to be continued. I don't think I can continue it. I don't think I can air that footage. I'm sorry. We'll see. Maybe in another video. I don't know. But let's just get on to today's topic, which is JD from NY. See, I canceled John Cena. He retired. Canceled Triple H. Everybody hated him. Canceled Tony Khan. And, well, you see how the ratings have been doing for AEW. I'm going to move past, the actual celebrities. I'm going to move past the bookers, the wrestlers, the former wrestlers. I'm going to get right into the community. And who better to start off with than JD from NY? Perhaps one of the biggest podcasters in the entire IWC. JD from NY, let's just say this canceling, well, it's a long time coming. Not from me. I always kind of liked you, but I know a lot of people didn't. And that was kind of their own problem. I think it has something to do with your opinions. I mean, I think that pretty much most opinions from people within the IWC are completely valid. Everybody has the right to an opinion, especially you, JD. In fact, I agree with your opinions. That's what separates me from everybody else. I agree with a lot of the things you say. I think you're spot on. And you got to say these things, and people got to hear it, and sometimes people don't want to hear it, and that's why they don't like you. I don't like you for a whole other reason, but we'll get into that. See, I was an active JD from NY viewer. I was a watcher, a spectator, a fan of JD from NY. And that wasn't too long ago. But then I started to realize, this guy looks familiar. This guy really looks familiar. And, I'm getting this off-putting feeling. Why is this happening? And then I realized, you look just like Keemstar. Why do you look so much like Keemstar? I mean, do you get that a lot? Am I the only one who thinks this? Every time I see a clip from JD from NY, I think it's Keemstar. And I'm like, what is Keemstar doing? Talking about the WWE, talking about Tony Khan and AEW. And then I realize, wait a minute, that's just JD from NY doing one of his rants. Okay, whatever. JD, you look just like Keemstar, and I hate Keemstar. And Keemstar is such a sad and pathetic excuse for an internet personality, for a micro celebrity, a YouTuber. JD, you are the Keemstar of wrestling. But even after I discovered that you look like someone I really don't like, I was able to push past it. I pushed through it, I powered through it, and I continue to watch your videos. Raw, SmackDown, Dynamite. I was watching, I was listening. You had your opinions, you had your takes, and I thought they were very correct for the most part. However, what are you, like 60 years old? Bro, you are Unk. You've reached Unk status. JD has more gray hairs than I have hairs. And you try to cover it up with your hat, and believe me, it doesn't work. We can all see through it. You are literally in your 50s. Bro is closer to retirement than the Hardy Boys at this point. And you go off on these rants and yells and tantrums. It's like you're yelling at your chat about Tony Khan and AEW. Whole time, you should be spending time with your wife and kids, grandkids at this point. You're like 78 years old. And it's not just the screaming fits that are very off-putting and weird. It's just your behavior in general. Why are you like 60 years old and you act like a teenager on the internet? Dax FTR quote tweeted or commented, or he did something. It was like by Bully Ray or Eric Bischoff or whoever. And they were, talking about AEW, I guess. And Dax says, dude, I feel sorry for you. Like, we get that you're a mark and you love that another company makes you feel special, but my God, dude, if I hated something as much as you hate AEW and Tony, I'd just stop watching. And it says show more. He did say more than that. And then JD from NY quote tweets Dax and says, Dax, I actually feel sorry for you that you actually had to write this in the middle of what's going on in your neck of the woods. I've had very close friends who live there who've dealt with the ramifications of Helene. I mean this from the bottom of my heart, that I pray for you and your family, and I wish you nothing but the best in your recovery efforts. We love you guys and look forward to getting you and Cash back on TV. What a weird response. Like, what are you talking about? First of all, nobody brought up Helene. Nobody brought up any hurricanes, Milton, whatever you want to say. Absolutely, that was never part of the conversation. And that took up 80% of JD from NY's comment. So he says, Dax, I feel sorry for you because of what's going on with like Helene and stuff. And who asked? Like, you inserted yourself into the conversation. He's trying to make it about him. He's like Cody Rhodes. Like he says he feels sorry for Dax, and then at the to not be a he says but don't worry, I wish you guys a recovery. I pray for you and your family. Like that's just such weird behavior. What are you talking about? Why would you even tweet something like this? And it's not just stuff like that. It's little things. It's the things that he says, the things that he laughs at. For example, this is a video where someone kind of sped up a clip of JD's voice and put it over like some kind of South Park looking animation of Tony Khan and his dad. Like, I don't know, you watch the video.
One day, I'm gonna run a pro wrestling promotion, and I'm gonna take Hologram, and I'm gonna bring him to the big stage. That's what I'm gonna do, Pops. I know it.
And JD, of course, thinks that's hilarious, because he's 90 years old. But it's just weird. Like, it's a weird video. This whole thing is just like, it screams immaturity. Listen, I'm not the most mature guy either. My hat has Toronto crossed out on it. I don't like Canada. I hate Canada. And yeah, I have a personality and stuff. Guess what? I'm not 55 years old. And to close off this video, I guess I will sort of bring up, yes, JD from NY is biased. Everybody has biases, that's fine. But I feel like JD from NY, he has this weird follower mentality, like, whatever the media is saying, he's going to gravitate towards that. I don't know. Like, just right now, for example, right? When something terrible goes on Dynamite, he's there. He tweets about it. He makes more than one tweet about it. He's constantly talking about it during the show, during whatever. And then WWE Raw or SmackDown happens. And then something really bad or cringe or weird happens on those shows. And it's like silence from JD. Like, for example, SmackDown was last night. And he's really hyping up the Motor City Machine Guns. He's like, yeah, this is awesome. This is sick. First of all, it's mid. But then, Cody Rhodes has this, maybe the worst promo Cody's ever done. That was a terrible, horrible promo from Cody Rhodes. Silence from JD. In fact, he might have tweeted about it at this point. I don't know. It's noon on a Saturday. He might have said something. I don't know. I just feel like if he did say something, it wouldn't be as negative as it should be. That was not a good promo. It really wasn't. And I feel like we're just going to get silence from JD. But there you have it. That is the cancellation of JD from NY. JD, your career is cooked. Who do I cancel next? It was going to be Cody Rhodes, but I think I'll pass on him for now. I think I'll do Bully Ray. Because Bully Ray is very pathetic. Anyway, that's it for me. Good night.